Hello there and welcome to Memeobi's Galaxy. I am your host, Memeobi. This is the only podcast where we can love on a character and hate on them 10 seconds later. Today we have a very special episode. That is because there is 3 of us in the room today. It is me, my co-host Ethan, and our friend Austin. But while setting up this episode, we found out that one of our microphones was not working. So we are down to 2 microphones between the 3 of us. And Austin and Ethan got to share a not so good microphone, so I do apologize for some of the popping in the wind. So before I ramble anymore, let's let you listen to the newest episode. Here it is. Today we are talking all about
Lego Star Wars, the Complete Saga.
That is correct. I am Memeobi, your host. I think I said that, and I am joined by Ethan. Hello.
Yep, hello.
And we have a special guest who is
Austin. Hey, guys.
Austin was on our second episode of the podcast, our most listened to episode.
Let's go.
So that's the only reason we're having you back on.
Awesome. Thanks. Thanks, guys, for listening.
You were the reason that we are doing good. So, yes, we're talking about Lego Star Wars, the Complete Saga, and the first 2, about how it kind of defined, not a generation really, but it was kind of definitive in a lot of people's lives. Some people, it was their first experience with anything Star Wars. Some people have played this game before watching the movies. Before we jump into it, I want to talk about some Star Wars news. I don't know if you guys have seen. The poster for you, Austin, you haven't seen Rebuild the Galaxy, right? The Lego one? No. I can't hear you.
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
We're going to explain this real quick. We have 2 microphones. There was some technical difficulties, so Ethan and Austin are sharing and passing it between themselves. So I will show Austin and Ethan this picture. So the first Rebuild the Galaxy just had a bunch of Lego characters. Now let's think about Lego characters. There are other types of Lego characters than minifigures.
Sure.
There are the big heads and the big sets.
Oh, wow.
So for our audio listeners, we are looking at a poster which has an Ahsoka Tano, which is like a big Ahsoka Tano, and a massive Chewbacca.
Yeah, very massive. Like a bionicle Chewbacca.
Yes.
Sort of.
And this character right here, which is a little red rabbit, he is from only the comics that was barely ever used.
Of course.
How do you feel about this, Ethan, specifically?
Okay, that's insane. Ahsoka looks crazy.
Isn't it the funnest thing?
Never would you picture Ahsoka looking like that.
Isn't that so fun? Because she wasn't in the first
is.
season. And then the Chewbacca just being like because it makes sense. Lego is this broad thing. Like, I'm surprised they haven't done like the heads and stuff like that.
I love Rebuild the Galaxy. I think it's perfect to like Lego's theme of Star Wars too.
Yeah.
They've always had these like little goofy things about them. So that's exciting. I did not see that poster before you showed it to us. So that is surprising.
I think it is September 19th, I think it's coming out.
Wow.
We're going to get that, and it's first season we got Darth Jar Jar. Like, there's not much more. Yeah. It's almost perfect.
And even that, like, I feel like it was just kind of out of nowhere. You know, it was like I was not expecting
it was.
Darth
No
Jar
one
Jar.
thought of it, and no one even like saw it hardly, which is a bummer.
But yeah, this is the perfect way to do that, is in Rebuild the Galaxy.
This is so much better than like other Lego, in my opinion, Lego like shows we've had, Star Wars ones.
Definitely.
The other ones felt a little more disjointed. Yeah, Austin.
This one is like way more self-aware. Like Lego knows what they're doing. Disney knows what they're doing, and like especially with Darth Jar Jar, and then Darth Jar Jar also becoming a minifig, like a real life minifig.
I have it.
It's amazing. So yeah,
perfect. So let's get into Lego Star Wars. Not necessarily Lego Star Wars Complete Saga necessarily, but Lego Star Wars in general. I'm going to narrow this down. Ethan, what are your top 2 characters to play as?
Instantly in my mind, I think of the ghost characters because those were just so cool to earn.
Yeah,
you know? But I would probably say like I liked playing Mace Windu a lot.
Yeah, Mace Windu's cool.
I liked playing Qui-Gon.
Really?
Yep.
Mace and Qui-Gon.
Yep.
Weird choices to me. Austin, over to you.
Okay, so my favorite Star Wars character is Darth Maul. So playing as Darth Maul is like...
He has a cool side flip.
Yes.
He has a cool back flip.
It's just cool playing as him. And then if I have to choose just one other one, and if I'm not choosing one of my crazy custom characters from Complete Saga... I would say Grievous. I think like when I was really young...
He's cool.
Well, here's the thing. Darth Maul has a double lightsaber. Grievous has four lightsabers.
Yeah, he's the only other one that has more than.
My little brain was like, I am the most powerful because I have 4 lightsabers.
Crazy.
So I would say those are the 2 I probably used the most when I was like in free play. But yeah, what about you, Kent?
Oh, for sure. The one that I would say, it's got to be like a Han Solo, the ones that can dive. Ooh. The double jump dive is so cool. Like, because at the first of when Luke first starts, he can't dive it. He like jumps and like falls on his face. And then Han doesn't, and he can dive over things way cooler. That's just, to me, is like, whenever I made custom characters, I had to choose the legs that would make me do that.
Yeah.
And he had like the quick shoot after he like rolls. And I don't know. There's something about it.
Yeah, real quick, I feel like if I was able to say that as my answer, a custom character,
sure.
Almost every single time I went back into free play, I would just play as my character that I made.
Yeah.
You know, and and I always chose a purple lightsaber. It was like, it didn't matter what character I made, and for some reason, you know, like I forget what they're called, the orcs, the pigs. From like
the Gamorrean guards.
Yes, Gamorrean guards. They had this head that you could put on them. Yeah. Every single character I made, I would use that head and use a purple lightsaber.
That's wild.
That's my favorite.
So I will say, I need to premise, I technically never owned the Complete Saga. Whoa. I had this one right here, which is Star Wars, the video game, which is just 1, 2, and 3, and had the very first episode of Episode 4 on it. Then they came out with Lego Star Wars 2, which is the 4, 5, and 6. I never had the Complete Saga. I know about it. I know what the levels that are. There's like a couple differences. There's not much difference. So I'm not. I didn't care about custom characters that much. They're in the second one, but I just didn't care about them that much. They weren't that interesting to me.
So I just want to say something you mentioned at the start of this podcast was some people, this was what started Star Wars for them. Like they played this before the movies.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure I was one of those people.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'll talk about it a little bit later in some of the my play story with this, but Lego Star Wars was the start of Star Wars for me. Definitely before I saw most of the movies, I played Lego Star Wars. So that was the start of my journey.
I mean, it's an easy way because as a young gamer,
yeah,
it's hard to play these more intense games if you're young into Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like, this is an intro to the getting into the lore almost, and getting into Star Wars in general, right?
Yeah,
like it's just an easy way to do it because there's so many stories of people playing with their younger sibling, and then them just dragging them along, through the story. Yeah. Which, that gets us into our first topic. Split screen or not? That is the question. Is it better?
Right off the bat, I'm saying it's what defines these older games. Obviously, if you're watching, we have the newer one, the Skywalker Saga.
Yes.
Sorry, I just had to remember the name. And in that one, you have the split screen, and it's a lot cleaner, and everything is a lot more optimized. And there's something about that makes me hate it.
Yeah.
And
it removes the charm.
Yeah, it does. And maybe it's because I'm just I'm so nostalgic for the older games, but I have an older brother. I was always the younger brother getting pulled along and being forced to play as R2-D2 and like all that stuff. And I loved it. Like, I never cared. Like, if I was playing, even if I was getting like abused by my brother in this game, I still enjoyed my time playing it. And the split screen is like so quirky that it makes it like a unique kind of fun thing.
Do you think it could have been added, like, I think it was in the Batman game, the Lego Batman game, it was together, but then if you left, it like cut the screen in half?
Yeah, it went like diagonal a little bit.
If you were like north of them and south of them, it would switch around the corners. That's better, I think, than the Skywalker Saga, but is that better than the original?
No, I have to say the same thing as Austin here.
Yeah.
It's funny to hear from your standpoint because I was actually the older brother. I played with my younger brother, and it totally was that way. Yeah. It always forced him to play R2-D2. I had to be the main character. I always had the one who had the cooler flip. It was like, and that's how it was. Like, you couldn't ever be split screen from each other. You're in the same thing the whole time, going throughout the story, and you would like drag each other almost. It was like trying to get through it. And so I think it's the same thing. We're probably just ruined by nostalgia and loving it that way. I liked it better.
It also adds to the trolliness of it, right? Mm-hmm. You can troll people. Like, I'm just going to stay over here and jump off or like trap them. to where they have to be stuck just falling forever until they like it log. Sign out, man. Just log off. So, what is it? What is it? Not sign out. Drop out.
Drop out.
Drop out, and then it automatically makes them to the next section.
That's
true.
Just
drop out.
Sometimes they get like stuck. You're going through a level and you did it once as a joke, but then you're like, dude, I can't even get back. You know,
or the younger player can't get it across like the parkour or whatever.
Yeah.
Just drop out, and then they'll go, I don't want to drop out. No, and then you have to drop out, dude. Or you just do the classic leave it unplugged, but
Yeah.
But normally you can just like run around, they can just shoot.
Sometimes that was kind of a strategy though to drop out. Like if you ever played it on your own sometimes and you couldn't quite figure out how to grapple it or get there, you just switch to someone who couldn't do it, and then the other characters would
do it.
Progress through the mission.
Yep.
And
I mean there's like cheat codes now for that.
Yeah, true.
Right, there's like skips and stuff. Sorry.
Well, one thing I want to say is like thinking more into like the psychological part of the forced screen.
Yes.
Like for me and my brother, it forced us to like work together. Like because there's some parts of the game where if you are not dropping out, you really do have to work together. And like I have fond memories of like talking through certain bosses or certain levels and be like, okay, this is what we have to do, and we have to like actually work together to succeed. And where most games are really like competitive most of the time, this was like a game where I felt like I really connected with my brother in that way.
Yeah, I feel like it really bridged the gap. Like it can be a younger player game, but also it doesn't like keep out like older players who want to be into it, be like speed running and stuff like that. It's not like such a kid game where it just sucks to play as an adult. Yeah. It's still so much fun.
And so charming.
Still frustrating and difficult. Speaking of which, I would like to go around starting with Ethan. Okay. What is you can take this with what you will. What was the most frustrating or hard level to you?
Yeah, I instantly know what it is. I remember this took me so long. I could not get. And I actually didn't complete the level on my own. There's this one level, and it's in Jabba's palace.
Okay.
Where there's this door you have to get through, and
is it the level where you're sneaking in as like Princess Leia and
yes,
okay,
yeah. So it's that one, and the door you have to get through though, it has Boba Fett's face on the scanner.
Yeah.
But to get through that door, you have to use the bounty hunter mask.
Helmet, yeah.
And when you're someone like me that you started with Lego Star Wars, hadn't watched the movie, that was confusing. I was like, this has to be I can't play Boba Fett. How am I supposed to get through this door? You know. And
true.
I couldn't figure it out. And I went to I remember I even went to like the Stormtrooper helmet once you can get those, or like the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
I was like, but for some reason I didn't try the bounty hunter mask. It just wasn't in my mind.
Yeah.
Like, it shows Boba Fett's face. How am I going to figure out how to play as him?
You know, Boba Fett first.
I was like, yeah. But I remember I went over to one of my buddies' houses who had the game. His name was Henry. We were playing the game when we were little, and he just flew through that level. I was sitting back and watching him because him and his sister were playing actually, and they went through that level just so fast. I was like, how did you know to do that? It says Boba Fett's face on it, you know? And he was like, did you even watch the movie? I was like, well, okay, no, but thank you so much. Like, I'm so excited to play the rest, and that's what I did. I went back home and played the rest after that. I love that. So
that's so funny.
Honestly, Jabba's palace was kind of annoying though, and a little bit hard for me anyway. There's just some little things like that. It was pretty hard, and I didn't like playing as Leia so much, you know.
Yeah.
But that was my hardest one for sure.
Funny. That is so funny. Okay, Austin. Do you have one that you could think of?
110%.
Okay.
It is episode 3. We're talking about Complete Saga here. It's specifically for the Complete Saga.
I will say.
So the first one is episode 2, chapter 5, Gunship Cavalry. I hate that map. You're in like ship mode, so it's kind of like the top down. You're in a little ship, and you're having to grab these bombs with a winch and like drag them and throw them into these little beacons to get through these doors, and the whole time you're getting shot at, and then you're also next to this cliff, and if you like even get close to the cliff, it just like sucks you off the edge, and it's so tough. And then if you're playing in 2-player mode, your other player can run into the bomb. So if you're playing 2-player mode, it makes it like twice as hard. So there's that one, and then I remember this being like really tough for both me and my brother because we're stubborn. But episode 3, Mustafar.
Really?
Parkouring across.
At the end?
Yeah, then like parkouring across like over the lava onto the tiny little platforms. I'm sure I was at fault because I was the younger brother, but we like spent forever trying to get across those little lava rocks.
Those
are the two that stick out to me. What about you?
No, that's fair. That is super hard. One that I think is just culturally the hardest level is the pod race.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
It is a hard one.
And maybe I don't know. I haven't actually looked it up if it's harder in the original release of it or not. Like in the original game.
Gotcha.
I look that up, Ethan, while I'm talking.
Yeah. Okay.
Was it any different?
I think it was.
I think that might have been the very first game I've ever rage quit.
Sure.
It was so ridiculously frustrating.
Yeah.
You just die and then Sobol would win. You're racing this race for so long. As a kid, man, it's just it's so fast. In each level, is it different?
Yeah.
How much?
Yeah. So literally right away on Google, and it sounds like there's people talking about it in Reddit too. But yes, the pod race in original Lego Star Wars was significantly harder than Lego Star Wars Complete Saga. So
Yeah,
it wasn't just you.
We need to play this. I have a GameCube. So I guess in the Complete Saga it wasn't nearly as hard, but in the original one it was so. I'm sure it's a similar level. But it's probably just the graphics and the speed of it was different. But I've died so many times.
The speed is insane. You're moving so fast, and then
it's just over so quick if you mess up.
Yeah, it just instantly resets you.
And then you got to go back and you got to find mini kits. You're like, wow, I got to go somewhere different.
Yep.
And I already just went. Insane. It's definitely not the. I don't know. I don't think it's the worst level.
Sure.
But I think it's the hardest.
Sure.
Objectively for a child.
Yeah. I agree. Because then you have the Tusken Raiders shooting at you. Yeah. I remember if I remember right, you're
many times.
You're one heart in that.
Yeah.
If you get hit once, it's over.
Yeah, and then there's boulders the third round, right? In that same area, you have to dodge the boulders the right
laps.
way. There's 3 laps, and there's something different on each lap.
Yeah,
it's insane.
I just think in the ones where you're racing in general, sometimes that's when it was really hard to get a mini kit. Those mini kits, especially when if you're like me, you're in such a mindset of I've got to win this race. Where you just totally miss the ramp going by. And I was never the one to just quit and go back.
Yeah.
I would win the race first, go all the way through it, and then go back and try to get the mini kit.
That's so funny. I would say in general, my least favorite levels are the really really long ones. Like the Battle of Theed, where it's just you're just going forever. There's one on Mos Eisley where it's just so long.
Yeah. Of
so many things. I've just been playing this for so long, and I remember me and my brother, we were trying so hard to get True Jedi, right? And you're getting everything, and you make it to the end, and you just don't have it. And now you're working your way back, and you have to put this massive level. Now you can't go all the way back, and it's just the frustration of not getting True Jedi. But in retrospect, it's I guess I could have gone back with multipliers and stuff like that, but I didn't. Which gets me to my first hot take of mine. I hate stud multipliers. I think. What do you think? Initially,
I think initially that's pretty valid. For the older games, I feel like they're a bit more balanced. For Skywalker Saga, I did hate them. It broke the experience for me. And if I remember right, I think they nerfed it. I think they updated the game to make them worse. But no, for the older games, how high did they go? Was it times 15 at one point?
No, it goes higher is the problem.
Oh, wow.
So
I forget.
It just keeps stacking.
He's stacked, right? Yeah. So his first one's times 2, then it's times 4, which is times 6.
Yep.
At that point, it's not too bad because it doesn't break the game. I think it gets to 120 or 108 or something like that.
Yeah, and at that point, it's you run one level and you're good.
No, it gets to the point where you can walk in and get a stud, and it gets True Jedi.
Yeah.
And it's kind of so by the end, by the end of the game, it's you're so overpowered, it's just not really as fun anymore. There's no challenge to get. You got to get all the mini kits, and it takes all the red bricks and all the 100% in it does take a bit. Unlocking the gold bricks and the whole thing. It does, but to me, having the 120 whatever times ruins the immersion. I guess not really immersion, but you know what I'm saying, right?
The experience. I don't think that's a hot take.
So it's interesting hearing you talk about that because the way I was when I first played this game, being that it Lego Star Wars the start of it for me, I really didn't care about getting True Jedi when I was first playing through the level.
Yeah.
I remember I got it once. I was like, oh, okay, that's how you get that. But I was I'll just get it back in free play.
Right.
So I would really focus.
You had to get both, though.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
One on each.
Yeah. So, but I would really focus on just playing out the story and then, okay, let's go free play and go back and get True Jedi, But the thing with that, I don't know about you guys, were you really satisfied about the fact when you get all the mini kits, all the red bricks, and True Jedi at the end? It had this little outro thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever the ending
but
is.
I don't know. I just remember free play I thought was really cool because that's where I could use my character. But I cared so much more about getting through the story first before I wanted to go into free play. So.
Well, you hadn't seen Star Wars, so that makes sense. I think something that both of you kind of mentioned is like, first off, the sound effects. The sound effects are so good in these games. Those ones especially. But like, just like the not ambient sounds, but like the effects.
True. I mean, ambient sounds.
Ambient sounds too, I guess. But yeah, I think, sorry, going back to True Jedi.
Yes.
Sorry, hopped around there. But True Jedi, like, that was something that me and my brother obsessed over. Like, if we did not get True Jedi, we were running that map back until we got True Jedi. And when you're in those first levels and you don't have stud multipliers, it's like back-breaking work to actually pull it off.
I think I probably playing through them originally, I just didn't know that there was stud multipliers later.
Mm-hmm.
So like me and my brother on like the episode 1, the very first episode, second one, when you're coming, like you're on the planet for the first time. You have to use the force on every single plant. We're like did we get all the plants? Did we hit all the plants? Now hit the plants with the force and then break the plants. You get another stud for that. Like hitting every single thing. I think if we knew stud multipliers, I would not have cared. But it was like, oh boy, it's so much fun to get the thing at the end.
Yeah, I think it was kind of the same way with us. It was just really different playing through it with wow, I just lost my train of thought there.
You're good. I have something to say anyways.
Yeah.
I remember on certain maps there was like hidden areas with more studs too.
True.
Like one I think about, and I don't remember if it was specific to one of the games, but in on Naboo, you could like hop out one of the windows on like in the main castle area, and then you can like walk along a ledge, and then eventually you find like some blue studs and some stuff to hit. And it's like if you don't find that, then you're missing a good chunk of True Jedi percentage.
True.
It's tough.
Do you think what you're going to say?
So when you're playing out the game, there was something satisfying. I noticed there were some levels where it felt like getting True Jedi was really hard. You didn't get it till the very end.
Yeah.
But then there were some it was like you get it like a quarter of the way through, And when you would have those levels, it was so relaxing feeling almost. It was like, I got True Jedi. Let's just play out the story. You don't have to hit absolutely everything as you're walking through. There was something satisfying about getting True Jedi early on.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
Not every level was the same. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but like there were definitely some levels where at the very end, that's when you got True Jedi.
Like you're so close.
Yeah.
Like they're all gold, but like not quite.
Yeah.
You're like couple
you
steps.
said it. Sometimes you had to go back like in your level just to get your True Jedi.
And you just double jump and slam and see if there's something you missed.
Yeah, that was the trick. The double jump and slam. Get like everything around you.
I was going to talk about the absolute dopamine rush from getting True Jedi right at the end.
Yeah,
like I haven't felt that in a video game in a while.
Yeah,
there's something about like just sweating and like going through the level and looking for everything and then actually getting it. So with all the collectibles, we've got True Jedi, we've got the mini kits, we've got the red bricks, we got the gold bricks. But getting all those gold bricks and getting that golden door, which I don't think is in the first game, right?
It's not in the first game. It's in Lego Star Wars 2.
And Complete Saga.
Yeah.
And I don't remember how similar these are, but Lego City within Lego Star Wars, like exploring like just these basic houses and the green grass and the shrubbery and hopping on the lawnmower, I don't know, it's just magical to me.
It was also frustrating. So first off, I had no idea that was going to happen in the game. I had no idea what was behind the gold door. So me and my brother discovering that was just like kind of mind-boggling, mind-blowing in a way. And then the worst thing as a kid is a timer. That is a timed level.
Yeah, definitely.
So you get
that completely.
You get to the end of that level, and you're like, I gotta get the last things. I gotta get the last. But where is it? You're running. We failed it a few times.
Yep.
And it's so. But it's because the first couple times it's fun. You're exploring. You don't know what's around. Second time you're trying to get it. I think correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if you remember, Ethan. In the Complete Saga, is there not multiple of these rooms? Isn't there a couple?
There is. Yeah. There's.
I thought each movie or something had a room.
So there's different gold brick things that you can earn in it.
Yeah.
Right. So like it creates a different spaceship or a different like like the lawnmower or whatever. There's certain places you go to.
There's like a bounty hunter room or something, I think.
Yeah. It's hard. It's been a long time, but yeah.
I think there's multiple.
From what I remember, I played Complete Saga the most, like versus the other two.
Yeah.
In Lego, like in Complete Saga, there's like one big Lego city.
Yeah.
And you can like make there's just I could go through all the things that I remember. I don't need to. But there's one big Lego city, and then there's gold bricks and red bricks for other stuff
things,
as well.
But
I think the Lego city is like the penultimate final collectible thing.
Okay.
Yeah. And it is hard. Like the timer.
It is hard.
It's tough.
Timers are terrifying.
And finding all the secrets is kind of fun, but it's tough.
That's right, because the gold bricks, red bricks things, you could get that like outside of Mos Eisley Cantina, right? There were certain things there that you could stack with their gold bricks, and that would be like the reward you earned for that. So that's right, because there's the city part that like that's the final of all of it, but then around the cantina on the outside of it, that's the things that you could build with your gold bricks. So
the building sound.
Oh, I know.
It's so
great.
And then you get shot right before you finish it. I wanted to say one thing that I think this game did better than any other game that makes this game so magical. I don't really want to say magical, is the ability to play the menu, right? The hub, Mos Eisley.
Yeah.
Is where
for sure.
The level select is a level.
Yeah.
The amount of time I've spent in the level select room is insane. What I will say is, I can kind of speak through each one of them, because the first one was Dex Jetster's diner on Coruscant.
Yeah.
We need to go play it, because it's a very small area, and I've spent so many hours like jumping off the side, because there's like a void. You jump off the side and you can just slam, and you like have no noise, and listen to all the death sounds and starting fights right between everybody, and like the cantina fights. There's something I've never seen another game do. I know other Lego games had other, like the Marvel ones had like a whole world, the whole city, which is almost too big. There's something about, and maybe it's just a product of its time, and it's just like special. Like they probably couldn't redo it.
Yeah.
Like, do you think if a new game came out and did this, it would work?
Maybe. It depends. It'd be hard to add up to what they did in Lego Star Wars, but
like it feels like you could do it in like a Mario game, or like if like Smash Bros, like main game that no one plays, had that instead of like a little. Do you?
Yes, we play a lot.
No, I mean main game, single player.
Oh, single player
campaign.
It's mostly a multiplayer.
That's what I'm
game.
saying. I'm saying campaign, because normally it's just like a little track you walk along.
Sure.
If they did that, like a little world, you had like you choose your door to different things instead of.
There are certain games like I'm not going to really dive into all the different ones and what they do.
Yeah.
But I will say this: there's none that are as interactable as the old Lego Star Wars games. Because like I played the Marvel ones, I played the new Skywalker Saga, and their worlds are really cool.
They are,
and cool. They are definitely more interactable because there's more you can do there. But they're not as like alive. That's not true.
Not nostalgic. Not like it's. They're small.
It's not as condensed.
All ones are small enough,
but alive enough to feel really.
It's, like, it's more condensed. It's more homey. What am I trying to say? Not homely. Homey. I can't figure out what the term is for that.
Sure.
Kitschy. It's kind of.
It's just unique.
It's cute.
It is. What's the hub world in the second game?
It's the cantina, but different than the one in the final.
Okay, I know. I just remembered the one from the Complete Saga.
Ethan, you have something to say?
Yeah, I think the first Star Wars game I've seen that's kind of like that in a while. I just started playing Outlaws recently, and
I know nothing about.
I mean, I don't want to start talking about a bunch of other games.
Sure, you bet.
Outlaws has done a really good job at that. I think I hesitated on playing it for a little while because I've watched some YouTube videos on it and some other people saying that they're not like the biggest fans of it.
Yeah.
But I've just started playing it and I actually really like it. There's so many things you can interact with. The entire time that you're walking around and trying to start your mission, you can gamble, you play the card games and they're actually like interactive. There's like, they're not horses, but like horse racing that you can do the betting and that. And you can steal from certain people, interact with the stormtroopers that are guarding it or the people that are there. There's a lot that you can interact. It's a lot like Assassin's Creed, the way they designed it,
Okay, yeah.
It is Ubisoft style, but
oh, sure.
It does. It kind of reminded me of how it's different because you go into a level, like it's a room you go into.
Yeah.
In Lego Star Wars, but I think Outlaws did a really good job at the interactions. So
yeah, I don't know anything about that game, sadly.
I think it is kind of a sign of the times too, because there's not really like, select this level kind of games anymore. I don't know if that makes sense, but most games are like super linear, so like you're just kind of going through the motions.
I was thinking what's the last main campaign I played? I was like, it's like probably Battlefront, not Battlefront. No, it's probably
Red Dead Redemption.
I did that. That one definitely doesn't have a level select.
No, because that's just very natural.
Probably one of the Call of Duties. They do have level select, but you're like in a little room.
Yeah.
But
in the cantina, I remember there were certain times you get out of a level and you want to go and buy the character that you earned from playing that level at the counter, you know. Sometimes I wouldn't have like just enough amount so you could like shoot and break the things in the cantina just to get the little bit
couple
more.
Points.
Sometimes it was like a little bit more than I needed. Like I should have just gone back into a level, you know, but I spent too much time in the cantina just trying to re-earn it because like as soon as you go to the outside, then it like resets the inside. So I'd go to the outside, break everything there, come back in the inside, and then break everything in there just to get enough studs. But yeah, I really like how it's like, you know, you hit one guy and then everyone pulls out their gun and they're all aiming at you and you like start this bar fight or whatever. But something I wanted to talk about at the counter, what do you think of the cheat codes? Because I think that was really cool. I love that they added it in there.
It honestly feels like one of the last games that have cheat codes. So like a lot of Nintendo 64 games have a cheat code screen. Mm-hmm. Like you just got to learn them. I had a book. I had a physical book that had cheat codes for every N64 game.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And you go through it, you find your one for Diddy Kong Racing, you type in double vision, and now you can play the same character as your buddy. Right? Like I know the cheat codes for those games. It was just a thing built in. Like even some of the old Star Wars games. Star Wars Episode 2 had them. It was a crazy cheat codes.
Yeah.
They were the crazy ones where it was like you go up, down, right, left, A, B, start. And it would do a thing.
Yeah.
Why don't we have that anymore?
I don't know. As like I'm not a game designer, but I know a lot about game design. I want to be a game designer in the future. And that's such a simple thing to add.
Yeah.
Like, and sure, people mod a lot nowadays. Like that's very easy for people to mod. But like, there's nothing like a good big head mode, or like a mustache mode, or like a
like Spider-Man. You know.
Yeah, and there's something that's like so like
for
charming about that, especially when you find it in the game or even in real life. Obviously, cheat codes, like finding them IRL is kind of harder now with the internet. They're kind of just easy to find. But when we were kids, like if you're finding a cheat code, it's either in one of those books or by word of mouth.
Even for kids now, I'm sure they still have like, hey, did you see this thing? Like kids still talk about games, right? Fortnite and stuff. Like, hey, did you see this new thing you can do in Fortnite? Which is like the only game people play.
Yeah. I just remember the first time I was exposed to the cheat codes. Like I didn't even know it was really a thing. I saw it at the counter, but I was like, what does that mean? Cheat codes, you know? And that same guy that I was telling you used to play at his house all the time, Henry, one of my friends. He was like wearing this disguise, and I was like, what? And then he like changed the chatter in one of the games. You know, in one of the newer games, you go back to mumble chat and stuff. That's a whole separate thing. But I just remember it was like he was wearing this disguise. I was like, where did you get that? That was so cool. And he showed me cheat codes, and I just looked up everything. You know, I was like, what are these cheat codes? And I do agree though. I think in the day you would like ask your friend, what's that cheat code? He had the same thing. He had a list and he wrote them all down. And I just copied them on my own little notepad and brought it home with me, and that's how I had my cheat codes.
I had a piece of paper for all my cheat codes for Age of Empires.
Oh wow,
Pepperoni.
You know,
Corey.
GTA actually
all of them.
did a good job with cheat codes. They had that same thing where you like press A a bunch of times, that's X, cool. Up, down, left, right, and you get like a helicopter. You know, I remember doing that.
Yeah.
But so I guess GTA did that. That was a pretty good version of it.
So my final question to kind of wrap up: do we think a game company or developer or game or whatever can recapture this type of game of co-op for future generations? Do we think it's going to happen? Do we think it could happen, or is it just because it's so old and like it's just what it was that they're never going to do that again?
So I would say that co-op gaming is on like a rise ever since COVID. So there's like a lot. There's like a developer out there. I do not know the name off the top of my head, but they are only making co-op games. They've made It Takes Two, A Way Out.
There's a new one they just came out with, I thought.
Split Fiction.
I kind of want to play that one.
It looks super good. But like co-op gaming is very popular, especially on PC. Steam has a lot of like small, really cheap co-op games. Like a new one's like Peak. Peak is really fun. But while all of those games have co-op and they are charming in their own way and they are a great time with friends, there is something different about the old Lego Star Wars that these games don't have.
And I think it's because they're directed towards kids more.
Sure.
Right? Like It Takes Two and stuff. It's not really a kid's game.
Yeah, that's
It's more of a gamer's game.
Yeah.
For people who play games. But this is like anybody can just pick this up.
Yeah.
Your mom, your grandma, anybody.
Yeah.
And just play it. And get the general idea. But like there's not as many button mashing games. You don't really button mash anymore.
Yeah. I mean, can you really like recreate or make a new nostalgia? You know, it's like
for the next generation, not for us.
Yeah.
For the next.
Okay.
Obviously, like something like kids now are gonna have nostalgia for Fortnite, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just the game.
True.
Like Roblox is still a thing. Like that's still nostalgic for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But that's different. Like it's not. Like, I don't know. I'm just curious if this will ever happen again. Is this a lightning never strikes twice type situation?
Yeah. I mean, I think it definitely will. You know, if it happened with us, then I'm excited to see what will be the newer thing that they're going to be excited about. Do I think it'll be Star Wars, though?
No.
Probably not.
No.
I'm sad to say, but I think Star Wars is...
There's something about Travelers games, man. The TT did a good job with these games.
Yeah.
Was it Travelers? That was it called?
All the Lego games, they're really good. Oh, yeah, they also... It was fun how they featured, like, Indiana Jones in Lego Star Wars.
They
you could like play that.
The promo for the Indiana Jones games, which were good on their own.
Yeah, they were. I loved all the Lego games. They're really fun. And like I said earlier, even how they're doing that with Rebuild the Galaxy now, the fun, like goofy thing.
Yeah.
This was a fun way that you could do that in Star Wars. I love that.
It kind of made fun of Star Wars.
It did, yeah.
And it's
funny.
It kind of teaches you that it's okay to make fun of a franchise you love.
Yeah.
And I think what's even cooler is George Lucas loves making fun of his own stuff. He was all on board for Spaceballs. He helped Mel something, whatever the guy's name is. He helped the creator of Spaceballs, Mel Brooks, thank you. He helped Mel Brooks make Spaceballs. He gave Mel Brooks like some deleted scenes, and he gave him some props and stuff like that.
He did tell him he couldn't make merch.
That's true, which is a good idea. I think that's solid. But
Spaceballs 2.
It's coming.
We're gonna go see it.
Yeah, we should.
We have to go see it.
We definitely should.
I know, Ethan. I know you hate Spaceballs, but we have to go see it. You know we do.
Despise of Spaceballs.
But you know we have to go see it.
I'll watch it. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know if you can make me like it.
I know. I don't really like the first one. There's parts I like.
The first one's a pretty rough watch, to be honest. But it's like it's silly.
There are some bits that are so good, that are so funny.
Yeah.
And there's some parts that are like, why? Just why?
Yeah, I agree. Hopefully, Spaceballs
Barf was
2 is better. But what I was just reminded of, did you guys ever do that mission where it's like you open the door and there's the stormtroopers in the hot tub together?
Oh yeah, that was the funniest thing.
That was the funniest thing when I was a kid. Oh, it was so funny.
Another one, and I think it's only in the very first game, is the dance floor, where you'd like step in certain ways, unlock the puzzle, and then everyone starts dancing and stuff.
It was so much fun.
It's those little things that make those games so special.
I will say they tried to do that in the Skywalker Saga. There's a lot of moments like that of funny, weird things, like so many gonks you can be. Like they tried, but it's like it just didn't quite. I mean, I loved it. I had a lot of fun, but it wasn't like as replayable.
Yes, I agree.
So real quick on the Skywalker Saga, like. That one didn't hit the same for me. I played a lot of it.
No, it's different.
But for me, it was just a little too busy. You know, it's like there's a lot of hints you get the whole time. There's so much more to do in the game. But I don't know. There was something about it that just it felt like a lot more going on. You know, than these older games like the Complete Saga. I don't know what you guys think of that one, but
where it had its issue was it couldn't just redo the same 6 movies again. Obviously, it had the other 3, the sequels, dun dun dun. But I even forgot there was like a sequel game, a Lego Star Wars sequel game, wasn't there?
There was one. No.
Right?
No,
I think it was just for like
Force Awakens, and it was trash.
Yeah.
The Clone Wars game was good. The sequels.
Well, I forgot
the
about
Force
the
Awakens
Force
was trash.
one. But sorry, getting back on track.
Yeah.
So Complete Saga, like the first Star Wars game, the second Star Wars game, and Complete Saga, they're all very similar. Like if you play the episode 1 on the first game, it's going to play very similarly to episode 1 on the Complete Saga. But there's nothing wrong with that. But TT Games wanted to obviously make some differences for Skywalker Saga.
Sure, they had to change something.
Yeah, you can't just like repackage the same stuff.
Yeah.
For me, it did perfect as a mobile game. I think it makes sense
the old ones?
lot. No, the newer Skywalker
new one?
Saga. Yeah, you can play it on mobile.
Really?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it would work very well.
It does. It works really good. And it's pretty big for like a game on your phone. You know, I think it's like, I don't know, 5 gigabytes, something like that. But for a phone, that's pretty big.
Sure. Yeah.
But it was good. I think the way they designed it, I liked playing it on the phone. So.
One last thing about the Skywalker Saga, and Ethan mentioned a little bit earlier that it feels really busy. I just felt like I wasn't as focused on the story in that one. Like when I saw a cinematic, I was more just like, I feel like I've been doing so much, and like now a cinematic is a time to breathe, but I wasn't like actually focusing on it. And maybe that's just because I'm an adult and everything's different. But
I think the reason these games, I think if we had never played the original ones and played them now, I think we're just better at video games.
Probably.
So back then, it took you forever to get through one level. And like these new ones, we're just grinding through. Like, oh, get another collectible, get another this, just get this another episode. Like I was grinding through like the whole game so fast. Especially because I'm good I'm just better at. I can do things.
He's a gamer.
I have hand-eye coordination. When you're a kid, it's just brutal to do anything.
I think even for me, another thing to point out, whereas like I might have had a bias in the past, first of all, nostalgia, but that was the start of Star Wars to me. You know, so it was like I was in a way watching a movie, but being able to play it out. You know, it's like now I've watched all the movies, so to replay the game with it, I might be seeing this a lot differently than I did when I was a kid, you know? So that's probably part of the problem for me with that right there. Because, you know, that's something I actually really look for in games, and I wish they would do is I love it to feel like certain games, you know, I like certain games that feel like I'm on PC and I could be competitive and play the best I can. But a game that I'm playing on controller and want to sit back and relax, I like it to feel like it's a movie happening in front of me, and I get to take part in that and play with it, you know? And I feel like that's what Lego Star Wars was doing with me. I got to play a part in this movie, and that was so fun. But, yeah, so I just feel like I said this in the last podcast, too. Nostalgia has probably, we love it, but it's probably been what makes us love so much of the past so much
as long
more.
as you know that you have nostalgia for something and it kind of blinds you, then you're okay.
Yeah.
As long as I'm not trying to force other people to love what I love.
Agreed.
Except you're all wrong if you don't agree with me. Just kidding.
Which, sadly, the Star Wars fandom is pretty popular for
Any
that.
last thoughts, Austin, before we...
Last thoughts. I think that I love Lego Star Wars, the video game, Lego Star Wars 2, and Lego Star Wars, the Complete Saga. And I like Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. And I hope that every generation after us is jealous that they don't get a share in our experience.
My kids will share in this experience.
Yeah, yours will.
We will be playing Lego Star Wars.
There you go.
Cool, Ethan. Any last notes?
I don't think so. I'm kind of happy that was my first experience with Star Wars.
Yeah,
you know, just being able to learn it out that way and have those frustrations and be able to talk about it now, which is funny. As adults, we're talking about this on a podcast, but it's because it was so real, such a part of my childhood. So I'll keep playing the new Star Wars games
for sure.
You know, and hopefully there's one where I get that feeling again. I want to feel like a kid again.
Yeah.
But maybe the reality is I'm just an adult.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay, man. It's okay.
That's deep.
Well, with that, thank you for joining us. If you made it this far, leave us a comment, leave us a message at Obi1_Memeobi on Instagram or anywhere else. If you made it this far, you probably care. We'll see how the future podcasts go. I don't remember when this one's coming out actually at all. You were just in town, Austin. But I may be having surgery soon if you're listening, so that's very exciting. So we'll see if we have more episodes coming out. But if not, as always, may the Force be with you. Always.